Hi, welcome back to BK Garage, my 1970 Monte Carlo build. One last little build video for you here. I'm going to show you how I did the electrical system on this car. I thought about buying a painless harness or something like that, but decided to build my own from scratch. It's really easy to troubleshoot, easy to get at everything. I think it works pretty good. Let it give a little better view of my wiring block here. So as you can see, I'm running a Ford style solenoid. This 150 amp fuse, the alternator runs through it, so if there's ever a major short in the charging system, that'll pop. All my relays and everything come to a common ground here, which is then taken and grounded to the frame. Relays are the fan, lights, ignition. All the accessories run off a 70 amp maxi fuse. All my relays are running off this 70 amp circuit breaker. The whole idea is to have everything simple, easy to get at, and wired fairly heavy. It probably would have been cheaper to just buy a painless harness, but where's the fun in that? Right now I'm installing the taillight bezels. So I built new wiring harnesses. That's the plug that seals into the body. New sockets. I put some rubber on the back as well to seal where the pins go through the body. Right now I'm building taillight harnesses. There's for one side. That plugs into that little harness that goes out to the taillight housings. Side marker light comes off of it. Then these wires are going to go over and tie into the other side. Crimping is probably sufficient for these pins, but I like to solder them too. Here's the completed taillight harness. I'm not running any factory wiring in this car, switches included. So I picked up this electronic taillight converter. So I need a way to override the brake lights with the signals, so that even if you're on the brakes, your signal light still blinks. It's designed for hooking up a trailer, but it'll work just fine wired into the car. So I put Deutsch connectors on the end. These wires that bypass around the side are for my fuel sending unit, my backup lights, so it all fits into the same harness. Ground's coming out that end, and that's another ground out the other end. For my terminal ends, I just buy these crimp-on ones, but I take the plastic off of them. So once they're crimped, I solder them on. This is flux core solder, but I find putting a little bit extra flux on really makes it work better. Pull a piece of heat shrink back over. You get a nice protected end and take care of the end of the loom at the same time. So this wire is going to run into the interior and go to a small fuse block that's then going to feed power to the marker lights through independent fuses front and back. And there'll also be another feed come off the same terminal where this bolts on that goes down to the dimmer switch and feeds the main power to the headlight. There's the front end light harness all finished up, ready to install. There's a ground that goes out to the marker lights. Front signals will pin into that plug. The housings are still in the front bumper, so that's why they're not hooked up yet. Headlight. It's the other end of the plug that feeds into the marker and signals. That's the signal light feed from up the firewall. Other headlight, other signal and marker. Marker light feed. Here's my signal light, hazard light switches. Signals are just on a momentary switch. Hazards are on a single throw dual pole switch. So they just feed back into the signal wiring when that switch is off. Of course, there's no connection in between, so the signals will blink independently. When it's turned on, it'll cause them both to blink. And then just ordinary flashers hooked into the feed side. Carrying on with the wiring project, wiring the brake lights right now. So there's your standard Chevy brake light switch. One out of this car was missing, so I went out to the parts department and pulled that one out of a 79 Chev truck. Tested it on a battery, nothing. That one's defective. So back to the parts department, pulled 3 more of them out. 2 here, there's one already in the car. So I ended up using one this style. Came out of a truck with cruise control. So the terminals on that end are to deactivate the cruise. The ones that come out the side are the brake lights. With the plunger in, it's dead. Plunger out, puts power through. And the wiring harness for that is just going to come off of the accessory feed, so it's got power at all times. Run through a fuse, of course. There's all the wires cut to go from the dash to the trunk. It's got to run 6 circuits there. Tail lights, brake lights, left and right signals, fuel sender, and backup lights. I'm going to solder some pins onto that and put some loom on it and get it ready to put in the car. Through the magic of YouTube, that end's done. So that'll plug in the trunk. The other end needs to be terminated in several different places. So the red and the brown go to the brake lights and the tail lights. And the others carry on to the signal light switch and the gauges. I got the other end of this harness finished up. So that's the brake light, tail light feeds. Signal lights are on a plug. Backup lights, fuel sender, that goes to the gauge. So I ran into a bit of a snag with the wiring on the back end of the car. The taillight converter started getting really hot when I put the brake lights on. And I was only getting dim light to the left side. The right side was working properly. I checked all my grounds, checked all my connections, everything was good. After a while, this thing cooled off and I lost all signal to the left side. So because I had wired it with plugs on both ends, I took it out, plugged my harness into itself without the converter. Lights work properly. I just need this to get my brake lights, my signal lights to override the brake lights. So right now I've got functioning tail lights and signals, no brake lights. Then the next issue I ran into, for my flashers, I had ordered a dual pole single throw switch so that I could tie that into the signal light circuits. When it's off, signals function normally, turn the switch on, blinks both sides at once. Either something was packaged wrong, parts man got it wrong. What he gave me was a single pole, single throw lighted switch. So I had quickly looked at it, saw it had 4 terminals on the back, thought it was the right one. It's not. I live an hour away from where I'm getting these parts from, and I need them today. So here's my solution. I wired a couple of diodes into there. That's going to plug in between that switch and the harness, so that power can only go one way. When I turn the switch on, it'll blink both lights for my hazard flashers. When it's turned off, signals function as normal. Right signal, left signal, emergency flasher. That worked. Just finishing up the tail lights right now. Originally the insides of the housing were painted with the white paint. I don't know if it was reflective or not, but it was all peeling off. So I put DOT reflector tape in there, like what you'd use on a trailer. I'm running LED bulbs because the taillight wiring converter for the brake and signal lights on the back end can only handle a really light amperage draw, and having 4 1157 bulbs is too much for it. LEDs will be just fine, and of course then I'll run LED flashers for my signals. I made new taillight gaskets. That's just foam weather stripping, cut to the right length and formed into place. The original gaskets were all dried out and cracked. So here was attempt number 2 at using a taillight converter. I wired this guy in. Right side worked good, left side nothing. So I did some troubleshooting and I bench tested it. I hooked power up to the output side on it and it would feed back through the input side. You could light a bulb with it. You hook power to the input side, nothing out the output side. I think there's diodes in there internally and they're installed backwards. I bought 2 of these things, tried them both, they're both the same way. So it's a defective part. So I found a diagram on the internet to do it with relays and diodes. So here's what I came up with. Parts store only had 3 matching relays. I gotta find one more yet. But with that system, your signal lights will override your brake lights, just like it would with a factory signal light switch. I'll try to insert a picture so you can see what I did. This harness is just grounds. So you've got input from the car, output to the taillights, and if anything ever screws up with this, it unplugs off both ends, harness plugs together. I'll have taillights and signals, just no brake lights, but that'll get me home in a pinch. There we go, left signal is on, taillights are also on. You can see that as it blinks. Right side is just brake light. You got to make sure you get the right relays to do this. When I first wired it up, I had 2 different styles and didn't realize it. You need ones that pins number 87 and 87A are independent of one another. If they're a relay that they're connected, this won't work. The wiring for the engine itself is pretty basic on here. Running a 1-wire alternator, so just a single 10 gauge coming off of it. There's a signal wire for the temp sender, goes to the gauge. So then I've just got my power to my coil, which comes off of a relay. And I'm running the Ford solenoid for the starter. So there's just the one cable goes down to my GM starter on the engine, which has a jumper wire from the main terminal up to the solenoid. So as soon as this guy sends power down to the starter, it engages there, and it's just the main power cable goes down. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, please like, share, subscribe, tell your grandma. Those of you that have watched this journey right from the first video, thanks for sticking with me. It's been a lot of fun making these. It's kind of cool to be able to look back now and see how far this car came over the course of this winter.